Namaste guys, Rajesh here for Namaste Tech, and this is my review of the Nokia 7 Plus. Now let me cut the bullshit and come straight to the point here. If you are in the market for a new smartphone within rupees 25,000 or say $400, just go ahead and buy the Nokia 7 Plus. You are not going to find any other phone better than this in this particular price range. Now, it's not a perfect smartphone by any means. It sure does have its issues, but then no smartphone is perfect. Even the iPhone 10, which costs $999 or almost a lakh in India, has its own fair share of issues. So in that regard, the Nokia 7 Plus does very well. It's an all-rounder phone, and to be honest, it's the perfect Nexus 5X successor. So keep watching our review to know what's so good about the Nokia 7 Plus that you should consider buying it. Before I talk about the build quality of the handset, let me talk about its display first. So the Nokia 7 Plus features a 6-inch Full HD plus 18:9 aspect ratio display at its front that is protected by Gorilla Glass. Now, it's a great display by all means, but it's not an AMOLED panel. You have to keep that in mind. So this means that its color accuracy, the saturation levels, contrast levels, while good, are not as eye-popping as you'll find in an AMOLED panel. The phone, despite using an 18:9 aspect ratio display, does have bezels, but they are minimal in nature. So it's not exactly a bezel-less phone either, but they're still relatively small and should not be a cause of concern. One complaint I do have is that the display is not laminated with the cover glass. So due to this, despite this being a great all-round LCD panel, it does not have that wow effect that you'd find in an AMOLED panel. The brightness level of the LCD display is also good enough so that you won't have any issues while using the phone under direct sunlight. Overall, it's a great LCD panel and you won't have any complaints with it. But remember that it's still not as good as an AMOLED panel in a few aspects. Now let's talk about its build quality. So the Nokia 7 Plus features a unibody metal design, but when you pick up the phone first, you'll be surprised because the back has a ceramic-like coating. You might think it's plastic at first, but that's not the case. It's just a metal back that has a ceramic-like coating. Google used a similar coating on the Pixel 2 and Nokia is using the same here. It helps improve the overall gripability of the device, make sure that it does not slip easily from your hands. The rear of the phone is not a fingerprint magnet, but yes, it does attract oil and dust to a certain extent. So you have to keep cleaning the handset. The phone has a headphone jack at the top with the USB-C and the speaker located at the bottom. The fingerprint scanner is located at the rear right below the dual camera setup. You also have the Nokia logo and the Android One logo at the rear. The front is all screen. There's nothing much to talk about at the front of the device. The hybrid SIM card slot is located on the left edge of the handset, while the volume rocker button and the power button is located on the right. They are both comfortably placed and you won't have to stretch your finger to reach them. The overall design of the Nokia 7 Plus is just like any other smartphone. It's not going to wow you with its design. But Nokia has taken a very smart decision that helps in making the Nokia 7 Plus look very unique and attractive. It has used a two-tone color on the handset. So the black unit that I have here features copper accents running through the metal edges, the power button, the volume button, and even the fingerprint sensor and the camera housing at the rear. This makes the phone look very attractive and helps it distinguish itself from a horde of other smartphones in the market. You might think that it's a very small difference, but it's one that makes a lot of difference in terms of making the device look attractive overall. I do have one complaint in terms of build quality with the Nokia 7 Plus. That's with its edges. The edges of the phone are a bit too sharp. So when you hold the handset in your palm, it digs into them. That makes it for a very uncomfortable feeling, one that I'm not particularly fond of. It's an issue that you're going to face on a daily basis, but it's not a deal breaker per se. Now, talking about the performance on software of the Nokia 7 Plus. So this handset runs on Android 8.1 Oreo, and being an Android One handset, it's running a bare bones stock build of Oreo, just as Google intended it to be. Even better, Nokia promises monthly security updates for the handset along with 2 years of regular Android OS updates. Now that's a big deal in today's smartphone world where OEMs forget about updating their phones within a few months of its release. At the time of reviewing this handset, it's running on Android 8.1 Oreo with the latest April security patch. Nokia has been consistently rolling out monthly security updates for its entire lineup of smartphones on a timely basis, and I expect the same to continue with the Nokia 7 Plus. So if you're someone for whom security matters a lot, you should definitely give the Nokia 7 Plus a thought. Stock Android experience is complemented by the excellent internals of the Nokia 7 Plus. This includes a Snapdragon 660 chipset, 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of internal storage space. This is more than enough to ensure that the handset offers a flagship level like experience in terms of day-to-day use. Now, coming from a Pixel 2 XL, I did not notice any noticeable drop in performance. Yes, certain applications did take slightly longer to load, but that difference is not going to be noticeable until unless you come from a high-end flagship phone launched within the last 6 months. It's the excellent software coupled with the hardware that makes the Nokia 7 Plus a great performer. I can confidently say that you will not find any other phone in the market right now that can perform better than the Nokia 7 Plus in day-to-day tasks. The overall experience of this phone is unmatched in its price range, and that's saying a lot, especially in this crowded smartphone market. Now, what seals the deal for the Nokia 7 Plus is its excellent camera performance. So the handset features a dual camera setup at its rear, a primary 12 megapixel f1.75 aperture shooter with 1.4 micron large pixels, and a secondary 13 megapixel shooter with a telephoto lens for 2x optical zoom and portrait photos. This camera can take some great photos irrespective of the lighting conditions. In daylight, you're not going to have any complaints with the photos taken whatsoever. Sure, it's not as good as the Pixel 2 XL in terms of dynamic range or details, but it's still very good nonetheless. Until and unless you start pixel peeping, you're not going to have any complaints with the photos taken from the Nokia 7 Plus in daylight. In low light, the phone does equally well, but it does falter sometimes. That's due to the lack of OIS. So if you have steady hands and the scene is relatively lit, the Nokia 7 Plus can take some great photos thanks to its large 1.4 micron pixels and that 1.75 aperture. But if you have shaky hands or the scene is poorly lit, there are chances that the photo will just end up being blurry. That's a very common issue that I faced with the Nokia 7 Plus, but it's something that occurred maybe 3 times out of every 10 times that I tried taking a photo with the device. But overall, this phone has an excellent camera, and that's complemented by Nokia's Ozo audio feature, which allows you to record high quality sound while recording videos. This is something that you will not find in any other phone of this price range. This ensures that if you're out in a party or say a concert, you can record videos on your Nokia 7 Plus without the audio clipping. Now that's a feature that some of the high-end phones launched today still lack, and that's saying quite a lot. And this shows just how good the Nokia 7 Plus is for its price. We have done a lot of camera comparisons of the Nokia 7 Plus, so make sure to check that out if you are interested in knowing more about its camera performance. As if all these things were not already excellent enough, the Nokia 7 Plus is an even better performer when it comes to battery life. The phone has a gigantic 3800 mAh battery, and that ensures that with its Snapdragon 660 chipset, it can easily last you a day and a half to 2 days on a single charge, and that's with pretty heavy use. I've been able to get around 6 hours of screen on time on the handset, and that's with plenty of gaming, streaming music and browsing. Now with a phone that offers a flagship level like performance, a great camera, the excellent battery life seals the deal for the Nokia 7 Plus for me. I don't think a user will want anything else in a smartphone. And to charge that 3800 mAh battery quickly, Nokia includes Quick Charge 3.0 support, which means the handset can charge to up to almost 50% in just 30 minutes, provided you use a compatible charger. Now that's another great thing since it ensures that you don't always need to keep your Nokia 7 Plus charged. 30 minutes on the charger and you're set for the day. So that's it for this video, guys. This was our review of the excellent Nokia 7 Plus, which in my opinion is the perfect Nexus 5X successor for many. Now Google might not launch a mid-range Nexus or a Pixel handset anytime soon. But if you are in the market looking for one, just go ahead and buy the Nokia 7 Plus. It won't disappoint you. I can promise you that. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you liked it. Make sure to hit that like button below and do share this video with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you have not already done so. Thanks for watching.